Blue Lock chapter 271 leaks and spoilers are here. Man, I'm locked in, guys. This chapter is absolutely insane. So if you guys like this type of content, please make sure to like and subscribe to my channel. And without further ado, let's get right into this chapter. As we know, Rin ended up losing the ball at the end of the last chapter, but surprisingly, this chapter ends up starting with a flashback to Itoshi Rin and Sei's old home life. So, I think Rin and Sei return home. Rin says home. Mom says, "Hey Rin, you broke another toy." How many times is this now? Rin says, "I'm sorry." Sei says, "I did it." So we can see Sei taking the blame for something that Rin did. Rin says, "Nichan." Mom says, "Did you really do it?" Sei said, "Yeah, I got really annoyed and did it." Dad says, "Come here a bit, Sei." Sei says, "Yes." So we can already see that Sei is trying to cover up for his brother's actions, always being the big brother that he's supposed to be, which really is going to adhere to my theory at the end of this chapter. Then the second page goes, and they start actually watching a TV show where Rin says, "I can't take it anymore. The final boss monster won't stop. It's the end of the world. Look at that. Evil men are still trying to get up. What? There shouldn't be any power left." Basically, what's happening in the show is that Rin and Sei end up coming home from, practice or something. Rin ended up destroying another toy. Sei ends up covering for him. And they basically end up getting settled at home and watching a TV show where there's basically a monster destroying the city or some shit like that. And what happens is the people, the good guys, are basically getting beaten down by the monster, this powerful monster. And Rin's trying to wonder, how the hell are they still getting up? They shouldn't be able to get up still, It's such a hopeless situation. Then we basically cut over to Ren in kindergarten, I'm guessing the next day, where the kids are talking and the teacher are talking about the show he was just watching and how they idolize Evelyn and just the monster and everything like that. Even the teacher was saying how emotional she is when she watches the show. The kids all end up really idolizing this shit. So as kids, what they do is they start play fighting and just role playing as the characters in the show. So kid 4 says it's Rin's turn next. Kid 5 says Jenga Jenga. Rin destroys the Jenga tower. Kid 4 says hey. Kid 5 says, "What are you doing, Rin-kun?" Then Rin is playing in the park and jumps on the birds and crashing on the ground. So what basically happens is Rin is basically destroying everything he touches. Like, literally, even at kindergarten, everything he touches just gets destroyed. He even tries destroying birds. So I guess he just has this inherent nature inside of him to destroy. We go on to the next page, where I think they're back home, and Sei is explained to his mom again on how today the mom says, today Rin caused trouble at kindergarten. He jumped off a high place by himself and came injured again. And lately, Sei, he seems to be acting strange because of Rin. I wonder if I'm a good mother. Dad, it's fine. It's an impulsive nature. So it looks like the dad has a little bit of a grasp for what the hell this even is, because I'm not gonna lie, as a parent, it'll be very stressful if your kid was causing problems at kindergarten, destroying things, everything he touches, and it's having a mental health problem on your other kid too. So I guess you really just have to question your parenting there, but still, I'm really I feel bad for the parents here in this situation. Go over to the next page and we see Sei coming down the stairs. Sei says, "Hey Rin, you want some ice cream?" Rin says, "No, I don't wanna." Itoshi Bo's room, so they're in their room now. Rin says, "Hey Nichan, am I weird?" Sei says, "Well, you're my little brother, so..." Then Rin says, "Do you think it's a bother for everyone if I'm around?" So this basically kind of reminds me of Bachira's whole thing, where you guys remember when Bachira was getting called weird for having his passion of football that no one really had. And also we see Sei's more inherent big bro nature, as Rin literally asked him, he's like, am I weird? And Sei, his big bro nature comes in, and how he's like, "You know what, I'm not gonna call you weird because you're my bro," you know what I mean? So I don't think Sei even now has ill intent towards Rin. It's all pointing towards that fact. Rin ends up turning on the TV show with the superhero again, and this show is called Life is Beauty Ho. Go Evelyn. Then Sei says, "Rin, are you watching that again? All my friends are into it too, saying stuff like Evelyn is so cool and it's fighting to protect the earth. It's so childish." Rin says, "It's different, Nichan. I like the final boss, the monster. So we can see how Ren is different from every single kid in his spot, because it's literally everyone loves the hero while Ren likes the villain. So he's kind of like Borrow in that kind of sense, where he's like, you know what? Fuck that shit. I don't like the guy that saves everything. I'm the guy that destroys everything. So he's just inherently a crash out as a kid. We turn over to the next page, and Ren says, it's different, Nichan. I like the final boss monster, same as last time. Then Sei says, huh? Ren says, look at it. It's fighting with his life on the line to beat someone better than it. Even if its body is riddled with holes or it has to self-destruct, it has to fight to defeat the hero. Now, I know a lot of you guys get this already, so I don't really have to do that much explaining from it. But basically, Ren sees himself in the monster. We see his current nature in the current bluelock manga of how he destroys himself to defeat someone better than him, like Isagi or something. That's where the destroyer mode comes from. So I'd say that the destroyer flow is really born off Ren's vision of this monster, right? This is basically Ren's destroyer flow that he's looking at right here. We then go on to the 8th page where Ren is still watching the show, and he says the same thing he said last panel, where even if its body is riddled with holes or it has to self-destruct, it fights to defeat the hero. It's super cool. So Ren really loves this freaking monster. Sei says, Ren ... So I feel like this is the moment where Sei realizes that Ren's inherent nature of trying to be like this monster, this destructive nature he just has naturally, is not a good thing. It's not a good thing because it's self-destructive, you know? And then so Ren says, so even if I get hurt and beaten, I want to fight someone amazing like that one day, destroy them and die like that. Ren says, I see. My ego isn't just a destructive impulse. It's a destruction at the cost of my life. So you guys can't see the panel, but in this page, when he says that, Ren enters destroyer mode. Just then, Ren ends up stealing the ball back from Isagi and ends up beating him with his destroyer mode. Now awakened, Ren says, that's my true nature, ego. Then Kaiser comes in out of the back of nowhere with Metavision already activated. Kaiser says, you're so fucking rude. You fucking foul-mouthed, tongue-wagging monk. Give your all to know the true nature. Engrave this way of life on the world. And the chapter ends. This chapter was absolutely insane. Like, literally insane. But I've seen people in the comments saying, oh yeah, I don't like this chapter. This chapter's mid. bluelock fans, you guys have to understand what the information that this really gives us about the story at whole and Ren's character in general. How he's just a natural... He just has this natural instinct of wanting to destroy. The reason why he couldn't end up in that destroy mode before was because he's too fixated on Isagi. It's like every time he fixates on someone else to destroy, it doesn't work. He needs to be like the monster and needs to destroy at the cost of his own life. He needs to put everything on the line to defeat these people. So that's why he was able to enter the destroyer mode now. And it also gives us so much more foreshadowing to how Sei's inherent nature could possibly be for the better of Ren. I definitely think that now he's doing what he's doing and acting the way he does to Ren to better him, to get him out of this destroyer mindset, because I'm sorry, bro. Ren is a crash out. If I was his bigger brother, I would probably not handle it the same way Sei did, but I'd try and get him out of the slump, just like Sei's trying to do right now. Now, we still don't know what the fuck happened in Spain and why he doesn't want to be a striker anymore. That could be a whole different thing. But yeah. What the hell happened to Isagi? Where is he at? I swear he was just about to get the ball. I'm guessing that the ball became free for like a split second, and then Ren figured all this out in like a split second. The backstory just flashed in his head. And then he stole the ball back and turned away from Isagi completely, like just beating him from the play. As soon as he turned, Kaiser came around and matched up with him. Who do I think is going to win between Ren and Kaiser? Now, this is plot versus plot, am I right? Nah, I'm just kidding. But still, bro, Kaiser... he got a super big amp. Like, literally a couple chapters ago, he got a super big amp. So, I don't see him losing easily, but Destroyer Ren just came out, and I feel like he's going to make an example out of Kaiser. And maybe Isagi maybe the reason he's vanished here is because Ren's going to be about to score and maybe Isagi might stop him. That might be my theory here. I'm not going to lie. Like, I think Isagi might have all of this in the part of his plan, because you have to remember, he's seen Destroy Rin before. He's played on the same team as this thing before. If anyone know how to solve it, I bet Isagi knows how to solve it. I'm not gonna lie, especially with his metavision and his foresight and everything, bro. But anyways, guys, that was Blue Lock chapter 271, leaks and spoilers. If you guys liked the video, please make sure hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If that subscribe button is still red at the end of this video, I'm gonna do some bad things. All right, I might go destroy a Rin mode. You never know. But anyways, let's go race to 3,000 subscribers, and don't know, guys.